7 Albuquerque police arresting a mother and her son in an alleged deadly shooting Monday. Christina Withrow and her son Christian have both been charged in the murder of a woman in southeast Albuquerque. According to the department, they haven't identified the victim. Police say Withrow assumed the victim was homeless and told her to leave the walkway near her apartment. They got into an argument, then Withrow got her handgun, gave it to her son, and asked him to shoot the victim. Police say he shot the woman 3 times. Both were booked into MDC.
Welcome to Inside Evil Interrogations, where we break down real interrogations through the lens of forensic psychology. Today, we analyze the behavior and mindset of Christian Crespin, an 18-year-old suspect accused of shooting a neighbor under the direction of his mother. This is not about what he said, but how he said it, and how his psychology unfolds minute by minute under pressure. Christian enters the room with no visible signs of acute stress. His posture is relaxed, his speech is calm, and he displays flattened affect, a reduced emotional reactivity that is abnormal for someone accused of homicide. This lack of visible remorse or anxiety suggests emotional detachment, which may point to learned desensitization or compartmentalization of violence. His high level of compliance is another key marker. He doesn't ask for a lawyer or clarification of charges, and he readily engages in small talk. This type of passive engagement often signals either a lack of understanding of the seriousness of the situation, or, more likely in this context, a strategy of passive manipulation to appear cooperative and gain perceived favor with the interrogator. Psychologically, this phase reveals a young man with low, affective empathy and an unusual level of comfort in a high-stakes setting.
Do you want anything? Nothing? Okay. And this is my partner, Savannah. Hi, Matt. We're going to take you into another room. I know it's a little bit cold in here, so I'm sorry. Is there anything else that you need right now? You think of? Right here. You could come to this so he's a little bit more comfortable.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I just. It's gonna be the same.
Yeah, you can just, you can leave his right hand loose so he's a little more comfortable.
Can you move it forward so I can lean forward? So you don't have to stand up straight, just gotta lean forward a little bit. All right, so go ahead and put that hand on top of your head. Perfect. All right, go ahead and sit down. What we're going to do is we're going to put this wrist.
Thank you.
Want me to hang with you or are you good?
Good.
Want me to hang just outside?
Yeah, you can hang out wherever. Yeah. What's that?
Like seriously, they broke his workers and nobody knows what to do.
It's warmer in here, huh?
I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was cold over there.
Yeah, it's all right, Christian. No, we already introduced ourselves. One Stephanie, again, this is Anna. How's your day gone so far?
Pretty good.
Yeah. What were we up to today?
Just chilling, my friend.
Yeah. What'd you guys get into? Nothing? Just hung out all day? Awesome. Sounds good. What? So, there's a few things I want to talk with you about. Okay. And before we get into all that though, what is your, just to verify, what is your first name?
Christian.
How do you spell that?
Kristian.
And your last name, sir?
Crespin. Crespin.
And what's your date of birth? How old are you?
18.
Nice. Congratulations. How does it feel?
I don't know.
The same as 17?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not too familiar with that area. I just know, have you ever been to that pizza place up there?
Shorty's? Yeah.
Okay, not Shorty's.
Not
It's
Shorty's?
what's the Pizza Barn?
Pizza Barn.
Oh, that place is
Yeah.
good. Okay, so further than Pizza Barn?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What do you think is better than, now you said Shorty's, so Shorty's or Pizza Barn?
Shorty's.
Yeah. Where's, so Shorty's in Stanley?
No, Shorty's is in Edgewood.
Is in Edgewood, okay. I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna go get some pizza. I'm gonna hold you to that. What's your favorite pizza from there?
I just like cheese.
Yeah, I do too, but I'm lactose intolerant, so can't really like cheese too much. So tell me a little bit about yourself. How are you in general?
I don't know. Just usually chill with my friends.
Yeah.
Work.
Nice, where do you work at?
Chevron.
Chevron. Which one do you work at?
The one on San Mateo, Montgomery.
Ooh, that's a busy one. How do you like it?
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
We got a lot of homeless come in and stuff.
That must be frustrating.
It is, but it's not something we do, so.
Which, do you like ever have to work like overnight at night?
Yeah, we usually work, it's either 5 to 2 or 2 to 10, so.
Oh, okay, so 5 a.m. to 2?
Yeah, it would either be, so 5 a.m. to 2 would be the morning shift, and then it would be 2 to 10 for the night.
Okay. Which shift do you like better?
I like the night.
Yeah. Do you like to sleep in?
Yeah.
Me too. It doesn't really happen with our job, but sometimes we'll have to sleep in. That's cool. How long have you been working at Chevron for?
Like 6 months.
Okay, cool. Where were you at before that?
I think I was at Churches for like 2 days.
2 days?
Yeah.
What happened there?
Quit, didn't like it. It was roaches and stuff, so yeah.
Ew. You know, I've heard bad things about churches. My mom said like one time she was younger and she got food poisoning from churches. So the whole family never ate there before. So do you like it? Do you like the food though?
It's alright.
Yeah. I didn't realize that there's roaches. That's pretty gross. So you cook it?
I'm on which one? Okay, before we move on, which one?
The one on Candelaria and San Mateo?
So you just went right down the street
Yeah.
to Chevron. Oh, that's awesome. Cool. What else do you like to do?
I like to go take pictures of my car, and then a lot of times me and my friends will go to the trails. So
You go hiking or what do you guys do?
yeah, we go hiking, free climb.
Oh, you actually, you know what's funny about free climb? So since I moved here, I've been learning a lot about like limestone. So have you ever been up to the, where is it at? In the foothills.
No, I
So
think so.
foothills, they like pretty much like the rocks like mass produce limestone, and limestone is actually a lot easier on the fingers when you're going to free climb because it allows like an actual grip when you free
Yeah.
climb. Do you guys like to take pads and stuff in the free climb?
Not usually, no.
No? That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Have you ever free climbed before?
No.
It's scary. That's like, you fall to your death on that one. That's pretty cool. You said you like cars?
Yeah.
Nice. What kind of cars do you have?
Just all cars in general, so, but mostly like Lamborghinis and Ferraris.
The fast ones?
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Do you, like work on your cars and stuff like that?
Yeah, I go to school for it, so,
Oh, do you?
yeah.
Nice. What school do you go to?
Teletech College?
Intelitech. I've never heard of that. Yeah.
It's right behind Rossing Burlington right there on San Mateo, Montgomery.
Oh, okay. I know. Oh, right by your work then?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. How long have you been going there?
I think a year and a half.
Okay, awesome. How much longer do you have there?
I should have been completed, but I dropped out for a little bit, and I was planning on going back. So
Okay. So, minor setback, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, that's good then. What do you, is there like I'm not too like familiar with cars. Do you guys like, you're gonna be like a mechanic or?
A mechanic. Yeah. I was
Okay.
planning on going to a dealership and applying and stuff. Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. That's pretty good money I heard with the mechanic. Especially with like because I know every time I drop my car off, the labor fees are ridiculous. Do you guys, like when mechanics get like, all of that, or?
No, it's the mechanic only gets paid for like the work, so it's more like an hourly pay.
Oh, cool. Okay. So and then the dealer just pockets the rest of it, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
See, that sucks. You gotta own your own mechanic shop.
Yeah.
That's where the money's gonna come in. That's awesome, man. Cool. Anything else about you?
Nothing.
Like to hike, free climb, cars?
Yeah.
Cool. What's your favorite hiking spot?
I like to go up to Embrudo Trail.
Oh, that's a hard trail. That takes like what, 4 hours? Up and down?
Something like that, yeah.
That's a rough trail. Have you lived here your whole life?
No.
No. Where'd you live before?
I lived with my dad in Wisconsin.
Oh wow, that's a big change.
Yeah, and then we originally moved from California, so
Oh, nice. What part?
Palmdale?
Okay. Ooh, it's hot.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's really hot. When did you move from Palmdale?
We moved when I was 3, but we jumped back and forth a lot.
Yeah.
And then we finally decided to just stay here, so.
That's pretty cool. Do you miss California?
Not really.
From what you remember?
It's got its odds and ends. So.
Yeah, it does. That's pretty cool. California's really nice. What's your baseball team? I'm about to judge you.
No.
No! Okay. No team is better than a team that's not good, so I guess I'll give that to you. Do you like sports or anything like that?
Yeah, I like football.
Football? I don't know much about football. Your Wisconsin?
The football team,
Yeah,
Packers, they're alright.
yeah. That's not your team, though?
No.
What's your team?
The 49ers.
Ooh, interview zone. All right, I get it. That's fine. I mean, it's just because, like, if you're from, it's funny because if you're from Palmdale, but you're a 49ers fan, is it because of California, or do you just like the team, the
I
players?
just like the team.
Okay, good for you. All right, fine. I don't like the area, that's why. I'm just curious about San Francisco. It's pretty cool, man. So how long have you been living in Stanley for?
I think so. My grandma and my grandpa originally moved before us, so they moved in around like 2009,
Okay.
and so we moved back and forth, and then it's just my grandma that lives up there because my grandpa passed away. So
Oh, I'm sorry. How long ago did he pass away?
like a year and a half.
Oh, it's recent.
Yeah,
Sorry. It's probably been rough on you, huh?
yeah.
What about? Yeah, when my grandpa passed away, he was 100. Yeah. How old was your grandpa?
I think he's like 70 something.
Oh, he was young.
Yeah,
Oh, man. What happened, if you don't mind me asking?
he had a stroke. So
That's a bummer. How was that on your family?
that's pretty hard on my mom, especially. But
Yeah. Yeah. That's rough, man. I'm sorry. So I do want to talk with you a little bit more, okay? And I know you've been with the officers and you're here and you're in handcuffs, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you your rights, okay? And have you ever had your rights read before, anything like that? No? Okay. So you're 18. If you have any questions, it's just a conversation. You can just say, hey, I don't understand that, or slow down, or just talk.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. So when I read this to you, just a verbal acknowledgement, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Are you aware of that?
yeah,
Okay. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. Are you aware of that? Okay. So what that means is anything that you tell me can be used against you in court.
okay,
Okay. You have the right to consult an attorney before speaking to the police and to have an attorney present during questioning now or in the future.
okay,
If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish. Okay? If you decide to answer questions now without your lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop answering until you talk to an attorney. Do you understand that?
yeah.
Okay, cool. So talk to me about your grandpa. How was he? Was he like the heart of your family? Or was he?
Yeah. So he served in Vietnam, and then when he came back, he started doing construction type work. So he would do a lot of painting and stuff, and then he also did mechanic out of his own house. So
Oh, cool.
yeah.
Did he teach you like a lot about cars?
Yeah, he actually had a hot rod in Mustang.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of cars did you get? You worked on cars with him, you said, right?
Yeah.
What kind of cars would you guys work on?
It's mostly just be our cars that would like break down and then we don't want to go pay for
Yeah.
it, so
And just like little projects here and there.
yeah.
Well, what kind of car do you have now?
Ford Edge.
Ford Edge? Is that pretty? I'm not familiar, sorry.
It's a SUV, it's
Okay.
pretty nice. Yeah.
Does it go fast?
It's
You're
not that
like I
fast.
make it go fast. That's pretty cool. How long you had that car for?
A couple months because someone hit me on Halloween, so
No, drunk driver or what happened?
I don't know, they ran the red light and then they flipped over my car.
Oh my gosh. What happened? Did you get injured? Are you okay?
Yeah, we got like insured and I got my new car, so.
Oh wow. Ah, I'm sorry about that. What car did you have before that?
Ford Fusion 2019.
You like Fords.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of our Ford Explorers that we drive, but ours are. We used to have like this. What was it? It was called like the Police Interceptor. So it would have like like a deluxe package for for our cars to go fast.
Yeah.
And now they switched over to hybrid. I know. Yeah. I was just gonna ask you how you feel about hybrids, so I think your face said it all. They used to go real fast, though. Now they kind of like stall out and die on us like randomly. That's cool, man. So, as far as your day today, what were you and your friend up to?
We're just gonna chill. I was playing games while I was cleaning, so.
Nice. What's your friend's name?
Kaden.
Kaden? How long have you guys been friends for?
Like a month or two.
Yeah. Awesome. Where'd you guys meet?
We met at a little car meet that we had.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
You guys do a lot of car meets?
Not a lot, but we like to go to every once in a while.
Yeah. Do you guys race, or what do you guys do at the car meets?
We just show up and look at all the cool cars.
You know, they've been doing a lot of car shows, like, up in the west side.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of those, like, old school cars, too.
Yeah.
You been to those?
In this middle segment, Christian reveals deeper layers of psychological distancing. He externalizes responsibility by attributing the act to his mother's influence and the perceived threat from the victim. This type of reasoning shows a breakdown in moral agency. He does not express moral conflict about the death, only a surface-level awareness that it was the wrong choice, which is devoid of effective resonance. He uses moral rationalization, framing the act as protective or reactionary rather than premeditated. There's an absence of cognitive dissonance in his language. He does not display any internal struggle between what happened and what he believes should have happened. This suggests moral disengagement, common in young individuals who participate in group-endorsed violence or abuse-based loyalty structures, such as parent-child coercion. His detachment from the victim and lack of victim-focused concern is clinically significant. It signals egocentric orientation, where the emotional impact is filtered only through how it affects his own future.
No, I don't usually go to them.
Oh.
I usually go to the ones downtown though when they got the lowriders.
Sundays. Lowrider Sundays. Those are cool. Oh, does, Caden, right, you said? Does he race as well?
No.
No. What does he do?
He's stay at home. His mom works.
Oh, nice. The place that you were at today, is that Caden's?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Does his mom live there with you? Or live there with him?
With him, yeah.
Oh, cool. Do you guys, were you guys planning on ever, like, rooming up? Getting a place together or anything like that?
Not really.
Yeah. That's pretty cool then. What other friends, like, who do you hang out with?
I got like friends from my class.
Mm-hmm.
Like my homie Joe. They're a little older, but
How old are they?
they're like 30s-ish. Yeah.
We're old.
Nothing.
Aging us. That's funny, man. You mentioned your mom earlier that she was real sad about your grandpa and stuff. Are you close with your mom?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever like hang out with your mom?
Not usually, no. She's usually busy. She's either got work or dealing with one of the other kids, so.
What other, you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. How many brothers and sisters do you
I
have?
got 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Oh, cool. How old are they?
Let's see. My oldest sister is 27. My brother is either 23 or 24.
Mm-hmm.
My other brother is 17, and then my sister's 16.
Oh, man. And then, so you have 16, 17, 18, and then 24.
Yeah, and then
Oh, man.
20.
That's,
Yeah.
and 27?
Yeah.
Who's your older brother?
His name's William.
William? Oh, cool. Okay. What about your younger brother or sister?
Good. So one of them's Crystalline, and the other one's David.
Oh, nice. Are you close with them?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are all pretty close.
Yeah. Well, we all live together, so.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, David and Stanley do?
Oh no, that's our like mailing and everything. We get everything there,
Gotcha.
but we have like an apartment down here. So
Oh, okay. What apartment do you guys have down here?
it's 527 Ortiz Drive.
Cool. Ortiz Drive. You guys have an apartment number?
It's apartment D, the one all the way at the end.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. How do you like living there?
It's pretty nice.
Yeah? Is it spacious enough for you guys in there?
Yeah, it's upstairs, downstairs. So
Oh.
there's 3 bedrooms. So
I've only been in there, I think, I went to those apartments in that area
Yeah.
across the street. I've never been to those apartments. How are your neighbors? How's everything there?
they're pretty fun. The neighbors don't give us problems.
Oh, good. Do you have other problems out there with the residents?
We just get like all the homeless that walk by every day and all that. So
There's a lot of homeless in that area.
yeah,
A lot. I've noticed ever since like Coronado Park closed down, I feel like all of the homeless have been.
yeah, they just all moved.
Yeah, they all. Do you think they all moved to Ortiz?
I don't know.
What other problems have you been having at the apartment?
That's really about it. Nothing much. Our dogs, they just get into everything. So
What kind of dogs do you guys have?
we got 2. I'm not exactly sure what they are, but they're more like a retriever.
Okay, that's a big dog.
Yeah, but they're small still. So,
Oh, the puppies? Cute.
and then we have a Great Dane mixed with Pit Bull.
Oh, that's a huge one. How big is he?
She is still small too.
Okay.
And then we have an older one that's Black Lab mixed with Blue. I would
Blue healer?
No, Blue Nose.
Blue nose, okay. Cool.
And then we have a Husky. So
And a husky?
yeah.
They're gonna be huge. And they're all puppies right now?
No, the Husky's big, and then the Black Lab is about 7 years old. So
Okay. What are the names?
so the Black Lab is Diamond, the Husky is Amethyst, and then the Great Dane is Sapphire, and then the little 2 are Sugar and Cinnamon. So,
Oh, how funny. I thought you were gonna say like another Ruby or That's awesome. Are you guys gonna get any more dogs?
that's a lot.
That's a lot already. I was gonna say you can fit some more in there.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been there for?
About like 2 years.
2 years? Cool. Who all lives there with you besides you? Oh, you said your brother and sisters, right?
Yeah.
Your mom?
My mom, my brother. So 2 of my brothers, and then 1 of my sisters, and then my stepdad.
Okay. Well, what's your mom's name?
Christina.
Christina, okay. And then, she have your same last name?
No, it's Withrow.
Withrow? Okay. What about your stepdad? Tell me about him.
He's usually at work. He works from like 10 to 4:30. So we usually don't see him. And then when he gets home, he's usually just in his room. So,
You guys get along?
we don't really hang out with him much because he's always in his room. So
Yeah. He doesn't really like,
he doesn't really come out.
he's not like a dad to you guys kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. What's his name?
Jonathan
Jonathan? You know, is Withrow?
Cowan.
Calvin, okay. Cool. How long they been together?
I think 7 or 8 years.
Oh my goodness. That's a long time.
Yeah.
So you do consider him like a stepdad technically?
Yeah.
Are they married or are they just together?
Married.
Oh, they're married. What about your, you said you lived with your dad for a bit.
Yeah.
In Wisconsin? Cool. What's your dad's name?
I forgot that. Salvador.
What's his last name?
Ortiz.
Salvador Ortiz? How do you guys get along?
It's all right. I mean, he wasn't really there for like most of my life, so
Yeah. How's it make you feel?
it's just the past now. So
Yeah. Have you, did you feel a certain way about it when you were younger?
no,
No.
because when I was younger, I didn't even know who he was. So
Yeah, that makes sense. How's your mom been with you?
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did she take over for your dad when you came back
Yeah.
here? Cool. How long have you been living with your mom for?
I think about 3 or 4 years.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's a good amount of time.
Yeah.
When you get older, you start missing your mom when you move out. I'm telling you, you're gonna be. It's funny that you're like you're so anxious you want to get out and like be with your friends, and then you'll end up missing your mom when you're like she's not there to do my laundry. She's not there to cook for me.
Yeah.
That's cool. How is your mom with the other kids? You said you had brothers and sisters, right? What are their names?
Crystalline.
Crystalline? Okay.
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's
The younger one's correct.
16, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then I have David, and he's 17. And then William, and I believe he's 23.
23.
And then there's Yana, and she's 27.
Yana?
Yeah, like YANNA.
Uh-huh. She's 27.
Yeah.
Is she, are you guys all are you guys like half siblings or full siblings?
So me and my older brother are full siblings, and then the rest of us are half.
Okay, gotcha. And where's Yana live?
New Jersey?
Oh, so she's like in the whole list.
yeah.
Oh, cool. Do you guys get along pretty well?
No.
No?
She stole from my grandma, so
Oh no. What'd she steal?
$62,000.
62,000?
Yeah.
Oh, your poor grandma. She must have been heartbroken.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible. How did she do that?
Well, so when my grandpa passed away, my grandma didn't know how to do any of the bills, so my older sister moved back in because
Okay.
my older sister was raised by them. So she came in and did all the bills for her and everything, but before she moved to New Jersey, she took all that money.
Oh my god. And no one talks to her anymore? I'm
No.
assuming. Oh, that's
So my grandma does. Just
Oh, she does?
Yeah, because the grandbaby.
Grandmas are very sweet and too forgiving sometimes. That's a bummer. I'm sorry. So we have Crystal and David, William, Yana, and then your mom is Christina and your stepdad Jonathan. And you guys got a big family.
Yeah.
Anybody have kids? So besides Yana?
So Yana has a kid, and then my older brother has one on the way too.
William does?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Is he married or anything?
No.
Got a baby mama then?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's gonna be exciting. Does he have a name picked out?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know. That's pretty cool, man. So you mentioned earlier about the apartment complex having problems and like there being like a lot of homeless. Have you been experiencing that recently?
Yeah, a lot of homeless. They come and they mess with stuff. They go behind the empty apartment buildings we have in the back, and they go and just stay there or whatever.
Yeah.
Recently they took the lock off our gate, so now we can't lock it.
Oh man, that's frustrating. How does the homeless make you feel?
There's not much we can do.
Yeah.
But it'd be better if they could figure a way to do something. So.
Right, of course. Absolutely. I agree with that. Sorry about that. Have you had any problems recently?
No,
Nothing?
not really.
Not with homeless or anything like that? Oh, that's good. I was gonna ask, do you guys have like security or anything?
Yeah, I think they come like once a night.
Oh, okay. So does the security like tend to like help the problems or anything like that?
Not usually, no. Security just walks down the walkways, and then they get back and leave, so.
Oh, so it's like quick.
Yeah.
Is it armed security?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I guess you have to be armed in that area, especially, huh? Does security ever have to like pull out their guns or anything that you see there?
Not that I've known.
No, it's pretty safe-ish
Yeah.
area then, I guess, if there's not too many guns. Do you hear a lot of gunshots and stuff?
Yeah, there's a lot of gunshots usually.
Yeah. How do you feel? Like, do you feel safe in that area?
Well, I'd rather be in that area with all the neighbors that I know have guns than in an area that people don't.
Yeah, that's true, huh? Do you guys have any guns?
Yeah.
What kind of guns you guys got?
So my stepdad has a pistol, and then my brother has a 12 gauge and a 22.
Yeah, which brother is that?
The older one.
Okay, 12 gauge.
Yeah.
Ooh, those things kick. They hurt. I remember when I was in the academy, they were teaching us you have to put your face up against the gun, and I didn't do that because I was scared, and boom, smacked me right in the face. That hurt. Have you ever shot the 12 gauge? How did that feel?
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Looking back.
Yeah. Did you get knocked out like I did? How does the 22 shoot? Is that pretty easy?
It's super easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially going from the 12 gauge to the 22, huh?
Yeah.
What about, you said your dad has a pistol. What kind is that?
I'm not exactly sure. It's just a 9. So,
I know. Okay. So kickback's not too bad on that one either, huh?
Yeah.
You ever shoot that one?
Yeah, a few times.
Yeah. Where do you guys shoot at?
We like to go out to 9 Mile.
Okay. I hear a lot of shots up there.
Yeah.
We have this thing called like a shot spotter, so anytime like a gunshots go off, like we're able to hear it, and they're always like going crazy in the maze out there.
Yeah.
That's cool. What does the 12 gauge look like?
It's long and it's black.
A black 12. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. What about the 22? What's that one?
It's also black and it's a little smaller.
Okay.
Usually it's on his hip because he's level 3. So
Oh, is he security? Oh, pretty cool. Do you ever want to do that?
not really.
You're like, nah, I'm gonna just work on cars.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. What about your stepdad's? What does that one look like?
It's brown.
Brown? Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And it originally did have like a red dot on it, but it kind of like they dropped it, so we crushed it, and then they just took it off. So
That's probably expensive.
yeah,
How much was that red dot?
I don't know. It came on the gun, so
Mine was like 600.
hey,
Yeah. So if I dropped that, I'd be very upset because I had to pay for that out of my own pocket. Do you own guns pretty well? Which is
not really.
No, not so much. Do you like to? You just like to go shooting and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't blame you. I like to go shooting too. What about your mom? Does she have any guns?
No, she
No.
can't because she's medical card.
Oh, for weed?
Yeah.
You can't have guns for medical?
I think it's you can't own one, and then you have to open carry.
Oh, gotcha. Well, open carry, I see that. I didn't realize with like smoking and stuff. Do you smoke?
Yeah.
Yeah. How does that make you feel when you smoke?
It's not much different.
Calms you down?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. How do you, what's your like de-stressor? Like, is it hiking? Is it smoking? What do you
Usually it's just I go up to the mountain and I'll chill in my car listening to music, just
Nice.
watching a view.
What kind of music do you like?
Rap.
Rap?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite artist?
I do a lot of old school, so like Tupac and 50 Cent.
Oh man, there you go. Tupac. It's funny because I don't, especially hearing music nowadays. It's just not the same, you know? Especially as like, did you ever see that on like YouTube when Tupac came up as a hologram? You haven't seen that?
No.
Check it out, man. I'm telling you. So at Coachella, there was like a special performer, and they actually had a hologram of Tupac performing on stage, so it looked real. It was really cool. Yeah, that was an awesome show because it looked like he was there, and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you said your mom doesn't, she can't own one, but because her medical marijuana stuff. Okay. What kind of cars do you guys own besides your red Ford?
So my dad has a Challenger,
Okay.
and then my mom has a Dodge Ram 1500.
Challenger. Nice. Mom has a Ram?
Yeah.
It's a big car. How big is she?
She's like 5'1".
Is that a big car for her?
Yeah.
What color is the Challenger?
Black, or no, it's gray with black rims
Okay, cool.
and a black stripe. Yeah.
That's a nice car.
Yeah.
That's fast. Does your stepdad let you drive that?
No.
No, you're like, I want to though.
No.
No. What about your mom's Dodge? What color is that?
It's white.
Nice. Cool. So you said you raced a lot and stuff, right? Or not race, but you go
It's car meets.
car meets and stuff like that. So did you do a meet or anything? When's the last time you did a meet?
I think last time we did one, I think it was Saturday around, I don't know, around like 6 or 7.
Nice. How long were you guys there for?
Just a little while.
Yeah,
Just looking at people's cars, yeah.
pretty cool. Do you, after your meets and stuff, do you head home or what do you guys do?
Maybe I just head with my friends and we go chill.
Are you home a lot or not too often?
Not a lot.
No. When's the last time, because I know you're at your friends, when's the last time you were home?
I think last night.
Last night? Oh, cool. What'd you guys do last night?
Just chilled. I mostly played the games with them, so.
With your friend?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You said you went home last night. What time did you go home at?
I think it was around like 10 or 11.
At night?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. You don't have like a curfew or anything?
No.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I guess when you turn 18, you don't have a curfew anymore, right? Yeah. Does your stepdad ever call you like, hey, you gotta come home or anything like that?
No, usually when I get home, he's usually still asleep or still up watching TV, so.
Okay. How was yesterday? Talk to me about your day yesterday.
I don't know, just nothing really. Bought a new tire. Got something to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to your tire?
It's getting old, so I had to replace it. It was getting bald, so.
Nice. Were those expensive?
Yeah.
How much was it?
Well, I only paid $45 for it.
Oh,
But,
where'd you go? You went to the hood somewhere to get that kind of deal.
It's Chato's Tire Shop on
Chato's?
Zuni, past Louisiana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go check it out for some tires. Louisiana and Zuni's.
Yeah.
Cool. Where'd you get to go eat? Or did you go by yourself?
Just Wendy's.
Nice. What'd you get there?
Just a Frosty.
I haven't had a Frosty in a minute. Those are good. You get fries?
Yeah.
You gotta dip the fries in Frosty. Who'd you go to eat with?
My mom.
Nice. Christina, right?
Yeah.
What time did you guys do that?
I think it was around like 10.
Oh, you went early.
Yeah. Because they open around like 8:30, so we went at like around 9.
Okay.
Tire replaced, so
Oh, around 9.
yeah.
Are you able to like, I mean, I guess because you work on your own cars, like, so did they replace your tire or you replaced it?
Well, I take it off and then I just take it to them, so they don't
Oh.
charge me the labor fee for the putting it on the car and taking it off.
Gotcha. Okay, so you just like, okay, that makes sense too. So do they just put a new,
Yeah,
new
just
rubber
a new-
around the rim?
Yeah, a new-
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That's probably why it's not so expensive then.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. How long does it take you to change your tire?
It depends on what tools I'm using. If I have my hand on tools, it's just it's like 10 minutes, but if I have the impact, it's like a minute.
Oh, that's quick.
Yeah.
Is that the one that goes? Zoop, zoop? Oh, okay, no. Yes, yeah, that is. What time did you get home from Wendy's?
Wendy's around 10:30-ish.
Okay. Which Wendy's did you guys go to?
The one on Central, a little bit before Central and San Mateo. Yeah.
Central San Mateo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's like right around the corner.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What'd you do when you got home?
I was just changing the tire.
Oh, okay. Did you have your impact tool?
No.
No. And you said you were changing your tire on, was it the red car that you have or your mom's?
The red car.
Okay, cool. How long did that take you?
Couple minutes.
Oh, nice. Did you guys, were you changing it at
Yeah, at the apartment.
the Ortiz address?
Yeah.
Okay. So talk to me about when you were changing your tire. Talk to me about that.
I don't know. She was just talking to me while I was changing it.
Who was?
My mom.
What are you guys talking about?
We're just talking about what we're gonna do for the day and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you guys decide?
Well, she had some stuff to do, and I was gonna go meet up with my friends. So
Okay. Nice. What was she gonna do?
I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah.
So,
Did she go do that stuff or
I don't know.
you don't know? And so when you're changing your tire, you said about 10:30 or something like that? Okay. How long were you outside for?
We were outside for a little while.
Yeah. Just talking or were you guys doing?
Just talking.
Yeah. What else were you guys talking about?
Not much really. She needs her tire replaced because it keeps going flat.
Why don't you change it for her?
Well, the car doesn't drive right now too. Her truck, so
Yeah. Is it, do you have to do a lot more with, because it's a truck to lift it and stuff?
usually no, because I have a floor jack. So
So it's a little bit easier for you?
yeah, it's just usually.
Okay. Cool. So as far as, after you're changing your tire, where were you? You said you're at Ortiz?
Yes.
Were you guys on the street in the parking
In the
lot?
parking lot.
Okay. Does your mom help you do that or no?
No, usually not.
Okay. Who came by when you guys were in the parking lot?
By the final phase, Christian displays situational awareness. He understands what's happening legally, but continues to lack emotional congruence. When told about the charges, he shows no panic, no despair, no anger, only resignation. This is not shock, it's emotional flatlining, which may reflect antisocial traits, trauma-numbed psychology, or long-term emotional suppression. His final remarks reflect a cognitive separation between action and identity. He admits to what happened in literal terms, but avoids integrating it into his self-concept. He doesn't say, "I killed someone," with emotional weight. He refers to the act like a procedural error. In forensic psychology, this disconnect is important. It doesn't automatically signal sociopathy, but it does indicate underdeveloped moral cognition, poor affective insight, and potential prior conditioning to violence as a normalized response.
I'm not sure. I didn't really see anyone. So, I mean, I've seen a few cars pass by.
Do you guys talk to anybody?
Not usually, no, unless like the neighbors come out. So,
Did the neighbors come out?
no.
Everybody was inside?
Yeah.
Okay. So what time did you leave your apartment yesterday?
I want to say around like 11:30ish or 12 or somewhere around there.
In the morning?
In the morning.
Okay, 11:30, 12. Where'd you go after that?
I just went to my friend and we chilled, and then he said he had to go do something, so I went and chilled with another friend, and that's basically what I did all day.
What friends did you first go with?
So first I went to my friend Jay's, and then I went to my other friend Dylan's, we met up at a park, but yeah.
What park did you guys go to?
The one it's a little bit past Montebello on Lomas. It's to the right, I'm pretty sure.
Montebello Lomas? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar up there, sorry. How's that park?
It's pretty nice, I didn't even know it was there, so.
It's called Lomas. So we're here because we want to know exactly what happened yesterday, okay? And I think it's important for us to hear your side of exactly what happened. We've talked with a few people, so I am interested in hearing your side of what happened. I think it's important, especially with something like this. So I just want to backtrack just a little bit to when you're changing your tire in the parking lot.
Yes.
So let's talk about that one.
Alright. So while I was changing my tire, my mom saw someone go towards the back of the apartments where they're not supposed to be. So the first apartment in the back there, actually someone rents. On top of that, the next one after that is also rented out.
Okay.
And then the other two, I believe, are abandoned because they were infested. And so a lot of the times, crackheads will go back there.
Yeah.
And so she told her not to go back there, and she's all get off the property and all this, my mom. And so she pulled out her gun as the crackhead was walking away, was like, you better get off the property. And so when that happened, crackhead started to walk towards my mom, and my mom handed me the gun after that, was like, here. So I let off 3 shots.
What happened when you left the 3 shots?
The crackhead lady, as she was walking down the street, she said, you shot me, you shot me. I don't know, she was walking, so.
Yeah. Did she keep walking or what happened?
Yeah, she kept walking, and then I guess she fell down the street.
Okay. Did you see her fall down?
No.
No? Okay. When your mom handed you the gun, did she say anything to you?
She said, shoot around her and not towards her, and that's what I did, but.
When you, what gun were you shooting?
My stepdad.
Was that the brown gun?
Yeah.
Okay. Where were you in the parking lot when you...
So I was at the end there where the 2 spaces are. I was in the second space.
Yeah.
I walked from where I was changing my tire, and I shot through the fence.
Oh, you shot through the fence? Okay.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, because
So,
this area's big. I was going to say that.
this was like a fence,
Okay.
and we'll say the 2 parking spots. I was standing right here while she was standing right here.
And who's this again? Your mom?
So this was the homeless lady as she was starting to walk away, and then she came.
Okay.
She was coming at my mom, so.
Okay. How was she coming at your mom?
Like aggressively, like saying, "Oh, I'm not afraid of a gun. I'll shoot me." So.
Did she have anything in her hands?
I'm not sure. I didn't look. So.
Okay. Did you see her with any type of weapons? So you're here first, and she's over here,
Yes.
and you said she was walking away?
Yes.
And what?
And so my mom comes back, or my mom's standing right there so my mom would be like right there, standing with me. And so as she's walking away, she pulls out the gun and threatens her with it, like, get off the property or I'll shoot you. And so she starts walking towards my mom. And so that's when my mom handed me the gun.
Okay.
And I let off 3 shots to try and scare her away, but I guess one hit.
How do you feel?
It's not how I would think I would feel. I just don't know. It's hard to process.
I understand. Have you ever shot a gun like that before?
Well, yeah, I've gone shooting, so.
Yeah. When you were here and you were pointing the firearm, the gun at her,
Yes.
was your mom saying anything to her?
I don't believe so, but I'm not sure.
Okay. And what was she saying?
She was all, shoot me, then shoot me is all, I'm not afraid of no gun. So,
And then you let off 3 shots.
yeah.
Where were you aiming at when you let off those shots?
I was just aiming outward like this, and just boom, boom, boom. So,
And so when the first shot went off, you said you shot through the fence, right?
yes.
Okay. How far away is that?
In real life, it's about, I would say like 20 or 30 feet.
Okay. And that's when you let off the first shot?
Yeah.
Okay. And then when did you let off the other ones?
Well, I let them off all like in, so after the first one I let off, I started to let off the other 2 as well.
Okay. What did you do after?
My mom told me to leave after, so I just left.
And is that where you went to your friend's house after that?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you take the gun with you? Where's the gun?
No, I'm not sure where the gun is. She took it with her, so.
So you gave it? Did you give the mom sorry? Did
I
you
gave
give
the gun.
to your mom?
Yeah.
Okay. And what happened? So you just left right away? You didn't see anything else after that?
No, she told me to leave, so I just left.
Okay. Did you think about calling 911?
No, not really. Everybody over there calling 911, so.
Okay. You said you went back to your house a little bit later on.
Yeah.
What did you get when you went back to your house?
I didn't grab nothing, so. I was going to, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff, so.
Yeah.
And then my room was a mess, so.
Gotcha. So as far as your intention, when you pointed the gun at her, what was your intention?
Scare away.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have anything right now?
Yeah. Just so that I understand a little better, okay?
Yes.
So, tell me how you felt when she was walking, yelling at your mom.
I felt like she was going to attack my mom.
What do you mean attack your mom?
Physically harm her.
You didn't see anything on her hands, right?
No, besides like her body gestures, no.
And then your mom hands you the gun,
Yes.
which you already said is your stepdad's gun, right? Okay. And you point it at her
Yes.
and you shoot at her?
Not directly at her, to the side of her, and I shoot. Yeah.
Okay. And you shot 3.
Yes.
Okay. You then said that she then,
Walks down the street,
okay, and
and
then
that's all I know.
do you see her?
No, I don't see her after that. After she walks down the street, I don't know where she went. So,
Earlier you said that you knew she got shot.
yeah. I read the news report, so.
So, and you say you don't know how you feel, but can you try and explain to me how you feel?
It's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just hard to explain.
You know she's out, right? And you can't tell me how that makes you feel?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing? So then, do you see her fall?
No.
You just see her walking away, you give the gun back to her, and then you,
I get in the car and I drive away because my mom told me to drive off, so.
did at any point, did you ever feel that you needed to turn yourself in?
Yeah, it's probably better that way. At least you know, would have a better chance. But,
Who would have a better?
my mom, because they would have the actual person who shot, even if it wasn't intentional. It's still better than someone who didn't, so.
So you didn't mean to pull the trigger?
Not gonna say I didn't, because I'd take my mom again, so.
You mentioned, you came back to your house to go grab things.
I went back to my house, but I didn't grab nothing, so.
Okay. So by that, it kind of makes me believe that you were gonna grab things.
I planned to, yeah.
What were you planning on doing then?
Going to my friend's house. Same place I was at, same place y'all got me. Just all it is.
Did you tell your friend what happened?
He knows.
Yeah.
What'd your siblings tell you?
Well, I'd rather not say that, but yeah,
What'd your mom tell you?
I haven't talked to her, so.
What'd your stepdad tell you when you went home?
Do you just live there? So,
You don't tell me anything?
no.
Did you know who this was? Have you ever seen her before? Can you describe what she looked like to me?
Just a darker lady, longer hair, and some ripped up clothes, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know.
Did you see any tattoos or anything like that on there?
No. Other than the dirt being on her body, you couldn't see anything else.
Okay. Was she carrying anything?
I don't think so.
No. Did she have a purse or anything like that? Do you know? Okay. Just so I know who signed this or who did this, could you please just put your name on the date? Today's the 4th of April.
This is the lady, can you put the lady who said this is you, this is your mom, can you look for us? Down the road and not like dot. Really here. Do you have a question?
Yeah, yes.
Why'd you take your plate off?
Because I was planning on leaving.
Anywhere?
Who knows?
Your mom call you last night too?
I got a call from a private number, but I was asleep, so. What's today again?
April 4th, 2023.
Okay, so I'm asking how you felt when all this happened. Today.
That there's probably something better we could have done than immediately pull the gun out. But
Like what? What do you think could have been better?
I don't know. Could have called the cops. Could have. My mom could have fought instead of just going to the gun. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff we could have done.
Yeah.
I asked you what you could have done different. I'll ask you how you feel
How I feel?
right now, right this moment.
That it was the wrong choice.
Do you feel bad at all?
Yeah. I'd rather not have people die. Because I'd rather not die either, so. It's not my choice to take someone's life, but
But what was your choice?
I don't know.
What we're trying to do is just get what's in your head, you know, how you feel, how you felt, you know, during this moment. I think you've been extremely honest, so I appreciate that, man. Okay? This whole situation is just really unfortunate. I have to go do an exit notification after this and let the family know that their daughter has died. And you know, she also had a little boy who now doesn't have a mom. So I have to go make that. And I know that's not your issue, that's not your problem, but, you know, we're here because of that. You're young, man. You're really young. And everybody's in a bad spot because of this. Your mom's in a bad spot. You're in a very bad spot as well. Okay?
You know, you're being charged with, right? Did
They did not tell me.
So as of right now, you have an arrest warrant, or you have an arrest warrant. You're going to be charged with an open count of murder, conspiracy to commit murder, tampering with evidence, probably ×2 at this point. Okay. Do you have any questions for us at all?
No.
I do have one. What kind of phone do you have?
Galaxy 853.
853. Okay. What's your code to get into your phone?
It's
Can you draw it for me?
yeah.
That's cool. You can draw like little, I can draw you dots, like the 9 dots, that might be easier. Oh, do you remember that? Hold on, let me see. Here, let me see, I'm sorry. So it starts in this one here?
Yes,
So it starts here, goes down, this way, this way, this way, this way,
yeah, and then up,
up,
and then it would go over and then just straight down.
and down, and end here.
You
Yes.
gotta have numbers, covering your numbers.
Do you have numbers?
There's no numbers, there's
Okay.
pattern and fingerprint and facial recognition, so.
I'm gonna try this on my own, cause that's, alright, so here, to here,
Yeah.
to here,
Yep.
and then
To the middle one at the bottom.
here,
Yeah.
and then, this is the most difficult one I've ever had, man, sorry. So from here to this one,
Yeah,
and then from here
to
to
that one,
that
yeah.
one,
And then it would just go straight down from there.
from across here, and then straight down.
Yeah.
How'd you remember that?
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know, I like to make sure people don't go on my phone, so.
Okay. So I'm gonna get a search warrant for your phone. I have to, before I go through anything. What am I gonna find in your phone?
Nothing really. I got my games, my social media.
Okay. Any conversations that you've had with anybody about what happened? Text messages or anything like that?
I don't think there is, but there might be, so.
Okay. Who would you talk to about what happened?
Just a few of my friends.
Okay. And did you like delete anything or anything?
No.
Nothing. Everything's on there. Okay. Well, it's fortunate we met under these circumstances, man. I wish you the best of luck with everything in the future. I hope you made better choices. All right. Do you have any questions for us at all?
No.
Okay. Do you get the officer? Yeah. Do you need water? Do you want to use the restroom or anything? Okay, sounds good. Have you been arrested or anything like that before?
No.
No? Okay. When you get up there, they allow you a phone call. Okay, I'd offer to get you some numbers, but I can't go through your phone. Do you want to write any numbers down or anything? Nothing? Okay. Give him a hard time.
Christian Crespin demonstrates a clear pattern of low effective empathy, externalization of moral responsibility, cognitive detachment from consequences, behavioral flatness in high-stress conditions. These traits are concerning in young offenders because they may suggest deeper maladaptive traits, including emerging antisocial personality structure or developmental trauma-induced emotional blunting. His cooperation is not a sign of remorse, but a form of passive psychological defense. For more forensic breakdowns, subscribe to Inside Evil Interrogations. Leave a comment. Do you see Christian as a manipulated teen or someone already emotionally engineered to kill?